What if I told you that one of the most powerful maritime empires in history was not Rome, not Persia, not even Byzantium, but an African kingdom hidden beyond the Red Sea? A kingdom that controlled one of the world's most strategic waterways. A kingdom whose ships crossed international waters long before modern navies existed. A kingdom so powerful it was once counted among the great powers of the ancient world. This is the untold story of Axum, the empire beyond the Strait, the African kingdom that ruled the sea, and the twist at the end changes everything you thought you knew about world history. In the highlands of what is now northern Ethiopia and Eritrea, a kingdom quietly rose. Its name was Axum. At first glance, it did not seem like a maritime power. Its capital stood inland, far from the waves, far from the ports. But that was the genius. Axum controlled the vital port city of Adulis on the Red Sea. And that single port changed everything. Because whoever controlled Adulis controlled the gateway between Africa, Arabia, Egypt, India, the Mediterranean world. This was not just trade. This was global strategy. Imagine ancient cargo ships moving through the Red Sea, carrying gold, ivory, frankincense, spices, textiles, luxury goods from India, Roman glass, Arabian incense. Axum sat in the middle of it all. This is where the story gets bigger. Axum was not simply trading. It was projecting power across water. Across the Red Sea, the kingdom extended influence into southern Arabia, including parts of present-day Yemen. Think about that. An African kingdom controlling territory on both sides of one of the most strategic waterways in the world. This was ancient maritime dominance. Axumite ships crossed the el-Mandeb gateway, the narrow strait connecting the Red Sea to the Indian Ocean. Today, this region remains one of the most important global shipping routes. But centuries ago, Axum was already there, already controlling movement, already taxing trade, already influencing global commerce. This was not regional power. This was international power. Power at sea brought wealth, and wealth brought innovation. Axum became one of the earliest African states to mint its own coins. That matters, because coins mean trust, trade, standardized economy, international recognition. Roman merchants knew Axum, Arab traders knew Axum, Indian ports knew Axum. Then came King Ezana. Under his reign, Axum reached its peak. The kingdom expanded, its military strength grew, its trade networks flourished. And then came a world-changing decision. Axum adopted Christianity in the 4th century, making it one of the earliest Christian empires in history. This transformed not only religion, but diplomacy, identity, and legitimacy. Here's the twist. If Axum was so powerful, why do so few people know about it? Why is Rome remembered, while Axum is barely mentioned? Part of the answer lies in who wrote history. For centuries, the dominant historical narrative centered Europe and the Mediterranean. African maritime powers were often pushed to the margins. But ancient writers did know Axum. Some even ranked it among the greatest kingdoms of its age. Yet, over time, as trade routes shifted and power centers changed, its memory faded, not because it lacked greatness, but because history forgot to look south. Then came decline. Trade routes began to shift. The rise of new powers around the Red Sea changed the balance. Control over maritime commerce weakened. Environmental stress and changing political realities added pressure. The sea that once made Axum rich slowly isolated it. Its dominance over international waters faded, but its legacy did not disappear, because the idea of a strong, connected Horn of Africa remained. The real story of Axum is bigger than one kingdom. It is proof that Africa was deeply connected to the ancient world, not isolated, not disconnected, but central. Axum ruled trade, controlled strategic waters, built one of the great empires of late antiquity, and long before modern geopolitics, it understood something the world still understands today. Who controls the Strait controls history. So maybe the real question is not why Axum mattered. The real question is, why were we never taught that it did? Comment below. Axum ruled the sea. Like, subscribe and share for more hidden empire stories.